I said I started by taking the first job that I could, right? And that's what so many other people do is they get out of college and you take the first job that'll hire you and you just go from there. And backing up before that, thinking about, well, I majored in business, whatever the shit that means. So I got to find a job that's quote unquote business. Again, whatever that means. And I think it's ridiculous that you're asking 16, 17, 18-year-old kids to make a decision about the type of education that they want to pursue at that age. I mean, none of us, any of us that's in our 30s, 40s, 50s, like you look back when you were 16 to 18 years old. I mean, you're not even a fully formed person yet. And you can't even drink, but you're expected to be able to decide what you want to pursue as a lifelong career at that age. And I don't think that's fair. And I don't want to go down a whole rabbit hole of that, but I think it's really difficult to understand that as well when you're that young. So what I would tell my daughter if she was in college, for example, is, well, what are the things that you like? Just like I was saying, what are the things you enjoyed about different subject matters in high school? And okay, well, did you like the collaboration? Did you like the individual work? Did you like the paper trail? Whatever that is. And maybe let's lean into majors or areas of study that kind of include more of that rather than less of that. And that might be a good place to start. But it's too big to change. It's too big to fail. But it almost seems like it's backwards right now. Like you should get out of high school. You should go have to work for 3 to 5 to 7 years, get some life experience, work in a couple of different positions or a couple of different companies, then go to college and say like, okay, I'm 28 now and I'm going to go to college because I've had 10 years of living and working and I kind of have an idea of things that I might enjoy a little bit. And obviously that's not going to happen. But to me, I think that's a real struggle about trying to figure out when you're young and then how that kind of it backs you into a corner when you get out of college. And not only are you surrounded by enormous debt in most cases, but you're like, I don't even know what business means, or I don't even know what communication as a major means. And you just go work at some company doing something. And then the next thing you know, you're 30 years old and you're like, I just wasted 8 years of my life doing a job at a company that I don't even care about really, or anything like that. And I'm not trying to talk bad about, people that do that, because I did that. But it seems like a backwards way to live. So my advice would be think about and lean into the things that you like about the work that you're doing, and go find a job that allows you to do more of that and is maybe a little bit freer and a little bit more open. And when you think about college, I mean, looking back at it, let's be honest. Going to college is not about getting the education. And that's not to poo-poo anybody's education. If you're going pre-med or pre-law or something like that, yes. But by and large, the lion's share of the people that go to college, your education is not the education. Your education is living on your own for 4 years and having to confront your fears and your vices and your time management. And who are you at 22 when you graduate? Have you grown from when you came in at 18 years old? That's really what college is all about. And I actually wrote this. I'm proud of myself for writing this, so I want to read it. So if you're watching on video, I'm looking away at my iPad here that is also covered in my daughter's fingerprints because it's now her iPad, not my iPad anymore. And I put, let's see here. The table has been set. I can't reset the table for our daughter, but you know what I could do? I could set a new table. The purpose of college, as I mentioned, is to learn how to live. It's not to remember the bullshit English literature class or how in Philosophy 101 about how you learn to think about what thinking is and if thinking is actually thinking or just a metaphorical manifestation created by your subconscious mind. I almost got through it. The purpose of college is your first test to see if you can recognize and overcome some or all of the things that are wrong with you. All of your inefficiencies, all of your inadequacies, what choices you will make when you are confronted with your vices, with the devil on your shoulder. By the time you graduate, what have you learned about yourself, about your vices, about your dark side, and how you will combat that when you are released to the real world? If you can begin to get a handle on those things, begin to develop a routine for yourself that helps you perform better, not one you need in order to function, but something that accents you, something that helps lift you up. If you can begin to piece that together, and if you can leave with an understanding of what you liked about college and apply those likes to finding a job and a career, then you, my friend, get an A for college, just like me, who graduated with a 2.7 GPA.